Alright, so here's the story. My buddy Advent, who you all know from my live streams and stuff, decided to trade me this team. It's a Kanto themed team, consisting of a Magmar who is an absolute physical monster, which you would not expect. So of course, I decided to battle some people in the NU tier on live stream to check out kinda, how well this team would work, and let's get this started. So, I decided to lead off with Electrode just because I want to scout out whatever he wants to lead with, get a nice little Specs Volt switch out on whatever, as he leads off with a Carbink. So, I'm expecting this thing to set up Stealth Rocks, maybe set up some Light Screen, Reflect, or whatever. So, I get a Volt switch, it does a decent amount of damage, and I figure, it is time to bring out the fucking monster. So, I bring out Magmar. He's probably not expecting this thing to be too big of a threat at all. I mean, honestly, what does Magmar have to hit Carbink? Who knows? But I decided to go for the belly drum. Magmar's like, we're just gonna fucking slap on the old belly, maximize the attack. His HP is cut to half, but honestly not that big of a deal because I know that Carbink doesn't have a move that can hit me, and plus I have an Eviolite, so I'm actually kind of bulky. But anyways, he decides to set up a Reflect here, which is actually a nice play because I go for the Flame Charge, which is gonna get a critical hit. It's gonna do no damage, but I do get the Speed Raise. That is actually the strategy with this thing. You're supposed to use Flame Charge to the point where your speed allows you to outspeed everything on his team and then just demolish the shit out of everything with a Magmar. So one more Flame Charge just because I want to get another speed boost. I am at +2 at this point, as now I allow him to throw a Moonblast at me. Honestly, Magmar is not afraid to go Moonblast, doesn't do a damn thing, and now I'm at +2. I figured, fuck it, I'm just going to finish it off with one more Flame Charge, so I'm now at +6 attack and +3 speed. So this Magmar is now fast as hell, it can hit really hard, even though he does have a Reflect up on his side of the field. Magmar honestly really doesn't even care. So now he decides to bring in his Caracosta. I'm like, boom, Thunder Punch to your turtle face, and that is going to do a lot of damage. It knocks him down to red, and he actually has a weakness policy, but luckily for me on this turn, he decides to get greedy and goes for a Shell Smash, thinking that he is going to be able to Shell Smash and then finish me off with some Aqua Jets. He knows he's not going to be faster because of all the speed boosts I've got, but he does have a chance with Aqua Jet. What he doesn't know is that Magmar does have access to Mach Punch, so I'm able to outspeed it, hit him with a priority, and that is a dead Caracosta. Who would have thought Magmar gets Mach Punch? I don't know. That is fucking awesome though. So keep in mind, this is actually the first battle that I ever used this Magmar, let alone this team, so this is pretty damn phenomenal. But anyways, now he brings in his Kangaskhan, who is not going to be able to finish me off with a Fake Out, and that allows me to go for a Mach Punch, which knocks him down way below half. He decided to Sucker Punch. Unfortunately for him, he did not expect the Mach Punch, so the Sucker Punch does not go through. One more Mach Punch is going to take care of the Kangaroo, and that is a dead Kangaskhan right there. Keep in mind also that the Reflect actually just wore off, and so did the Light Screen, but that doesn't really matter. But yeah, now he has no screen protecting him, and now he brings in this Malamar. Unfortunately though, he is the one person I've ever seen with a max defense, max HP Malamar or something, because he takes that way too nicely, and that is going to finish off Magmar. Unfortunately, I actually did run the damage calcs. It showed that if he was any other variants of Malamar, if he didn't invest full max HP and max defense, he would have died to a one-hit KO. But unfortunately, this Malamar is defensive as shit. So this does allow me to bring in Electrode, who is able to finish off the rest of his team, it seems. It is going to finish off the Malamar. That is a dead squid. All he has left is a Mespert, and he has a Wailord, I believe. I would have loved to throw a Thunder Punch at that Wailord with Magmar. That would have been fucking awesome, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. But 2 Thunderbolts is going to take care of the Mespirits, and obviously the Wailord is going to come in and die really quick. So that is the end of the first match there, guys. That was the first match I ever had with this team. Pulled off an almost perfect Magmar sweep. Who has seen a physical Magmar before? Let's be real. But alright, let's go ahead and get started on the next matchup that I've got here. Alright, let's get this next battle started. So I'm using the same team, obviously, and Gary over here has a pretty interesting, set of NUmons. Pretty well-built team overall, so we'll see how I can do against this. I decided to lead off with Electrode again, obviously, as he's going to lead off with his Perugly, and I know the Perugly is probably going to want to just go for the Fake Out and all that kind of stuff, so I decided to switch out into my Rhydon, as I know I'm not going to take any damage from this thing, and it would be kind of nice to get the Stealth Rocks up, but I do realize as soon as I switch this thing in that Peruglies are assholes and they always go for the Taunt, so I'm not going to be able to get the Stealth Rocks up. I'm basically expecting the Taunt, so I decided to go for the Rock Blast, actually maybe expecting him to perhaps U-turn out into Jump Bluff or something like that. I just decided to go for the Rock Blast. So he's not going to catch me trying to go for the Stealth Rocks. Luckily for me, the Rock Blast is going to do a decent amount of damage with 3 hits. It knocks the Perugly almost down, but he's chilling in red. So now he's just gonna go for a return. I'm not actually sure why he would stay in and go for a return there. It obviously does no damage. He does more to himself with his life orb and one more rock blast. It's gonna be able to take care of the kitty cat. So that is gonna be a dead fat cat right there. So we're looking pretty solid. Rhydon is not looking too bad over here, as he's not gonna bring in his executor, as I'm kind of afraid of what this thing wants to go for. I actually expect the sleep powder, so I decided to switch into Vileplume. He actually makes a nice play, perhaps predicting that, and he just goes straight for the Psyshock, as my Vileplume is not going to enjoy that one bit. It does actually enough to kill me in 2 hits, which is unfortunate. I actually decided to stay in and maybe hope that he might get minimum damage on the next one, so I could hit him with a nice and powerful Sludge Bomb. Unfortunately, though, this next Psyshock is going to kill Vileplume, but this does put me in a pretty good position for our good buddy Magmar here, as I get a free switch in. So I decided to go into Magmar. I'm like, what can he do to me? He has no moves that can really fuck me up. So I decided on the first turn to go for the Flame Charge. It's not going to do much damage because I don't have my attack boost, but I wanted to get the speed just to kind of see if he was going to switch. It seemed a little bit too early to go for the Belly Drum. He tries to throw a Sleep Powder at me. Magmar is not tired one bit with that Vital Spirit, and that is not going to put me to sleep. And he was like, holy shit, who knows what Magmar's abilities are, am I right? But anyways, now I figured this is as good as time as any to start Belly Drumming, get that attack maximized. We are looking pretty damn solid, as I caught him on a switch as he goes into the Miltank, who is going to take a Mach Punch right to the udders, and that is going to do a lot of damage. It does not knock him out because Miltank is pretty damn bulky, but check this out, I am able to take that Body Slam like a damn monster. If it wasn't for my Eviolite, that would have killed me. Luckily I do have it though, and one more Mach Punch is going to be able to take this thing out. Actually, I go for a Flame Charge just to get one more boost in speed, so I'll be ensured to be able to outspeed everything he's got on his team. So Magmar is looking fucking awesome here. I'm at +6 attack, I got like +2 speed. We are looking just phenomenal, as he now decides to bring in the Uxie. Here was a pretty questionable play, as I go for the Flame Charge. It's going to do a lot of damage, but not quite take him out as I had expected. He actually goes for the U-turn. I'm not sure why he went for the U-turn. He made a lot of questionable plays in this match. Obviously, this is a pretty gimmicky moveset, but you gotta get the stars gotta align, kind of get this thing to work, honestly. But luckily for me, he just U-turns, and that actually allows me to pretty much clean up, sweep the rest of his team. Had he killed me there with Uxie, it would have been beneficial to him, obviously. But now I'm able to freely Flame Charge his Palm Tree, and that is going to be a dead-ass tree right there. I'm now just gaining more speed. I'm already faster than everything in the first place, but he decides to test it with Jump Bluff, maybe see if he might be faster, but definitely not. That Flame Charge to the face is gonna fucking just absolutely burn up your cotton balls. So that is a dead puff. And Magmar he's got titties on his head, but he doesn't even care. He's like, you know, I'm a fucking monster. Call me a boob head. I don't even, he likes that nickname, honestly. His fucking Japanese name is Boober, which is pretty awesome. But now he decides to bring in the Masquerain. Unfortunately, the Intimidate is going to knock me down to +5 attack, which is just terrible. Just kidding, it's not bad. But one Thunder Punch is able to take care of the Masquerain, and at this point, I'm just kind of hoping that I'm going to have enough attack to be able to finish the Uxie. At this point, I'm like, who the fuck am I kidding? And I just go for one more Flame Charge. That is going to be a dead Uxie, and Magmar has prevailed again. Obviously, this... Don't leave comments saying, oh man, it's so easy to counter this moveset. Oh, it's not even that good. But honestly, it's just a really fun moveset. I think it's really original. I've never seen a physical Magmar before. So thank you to my boy Advent for letting me use his physical Magmar. All credit goes to him for this brilliant set. But thank you guys for watching. Click the thumbs up button if you got any enjoyment from this. I thought it was pretty funny. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.